The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal.
The repercussions of Katt Williams' interview on Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay Shay podcast on January 4th are still unfolding, with many now delving into the archives to verify the numerous assertions Williams made. He made it abundantly clear that he harbors no affection for Mr. Potato Head Steve Harvey. Beyond the comedic jabs, which drew laughter, Williams alleged that Harvey appropriated entire jokes and concepts from other comedians. Interestingly, this interview also brought to light the revelation that Harvey used to wear a man unit, a fact that was apparently unknown to many until now. However, Harvey did not stay silent in the face of these accusations and has responded to Williams' claims. This response was not an ordinary one. Comedian and impressionist Godfrey has recently gained widespread attention for his viral impersonation of Steve Harvey addressing Katt Williams' comments. Godfrey took to Instagram, sharing a video where he mimics Harvey's response to Williams. In the comedic clip, Godfrey not only adjusted his voice to match Harvey's, but also incorporated the renowned comedian's distinctive hand gestures. Following Williams' interview, Godfrey humorously suggested that Harvey engaged in lengthy daily conversations with a higher power. He playfully portrayed Harvey's hypothetical responses to each of Williams' allegations against him.
That was my wig, you know? That was my wig. That's none of your damn business. And I just saw Mark Curry's show and made my own show. I made my own.
However, people are taking it on another level. They have suggested that Steve is using some other people so that he is not blamed for any future circumstances. And according to Katt's recent allegations, anyone can suggest this idea. Katt Williams has emerged as a notable whistleblower, bringing to light hidden realities beneath the glitzy facade of the Hollywood industry. With steadfast resolve, Katt continues to unveil revealing truths that are sending shockwaves throughout the entertainment realm.
And the fact of the matter is, we watched this nigga get murdered right in front of our own face. And the nigga knew it was finna happen. He told us and we didn't know.
Fearless in tackling controversial topics that might unsettle some, Katt Williams has candidly confronted issues that appear to have garnered disapproval from certain factions within the industry. Several incidents suggest that Hollywood may be actively attempting to distance itself from Katt, likely in response to his resolute and unyielding stance on these matters.
Why? Because, you know, ain't nobody gonna sleep with him. You only got Tiffany Haddish. She been doing comedy since she was 16.
Katt's revelation about his former idol may come as a surprise to some, but the subsequent disclosure is even more startling. He claims that Steve Harvey, a beloved figure for many, has allegedly entered into a pact involving his soul with Hollywood.
Think Steve Harvey some stand-up man? No, I'm a kiss old girl who owned TV One. He used to kiss her. That's how he had the rating.
Certainly, Katt Williams is widely acknowledged as one of the most humorous comics of his generation, celebrated for his unfiltered wit and dynamic performances in successful stand-up specials. Despite his talent and recognition among Hollywood's comedy elite, Williams has not achieved the same level of mainstream exposure as some of his peers. A supporter pointed out, unlike Kevin Hart, he hasn't embraced leading roles in blockbuster movies, and he doesn't host a show like Steve Harvey. At times, Williams has expressed a sense of hopelessness, even announcing, "I'm just going to go ahead and announce my retirement from stand-up. I'm kind of done. I've already discussed it with my kids. I wasn't really going to do it on a Seattle street. I was going to Los Angeles and do it in the offices of ICM or Live Nation." Persistent rumors have circulated, suggesting that Williams had been blacklisted from the industry, sparking questions about why he hadn't achieved the same level of success as figures like Steve Harvey. It's worth noting that Williams and Harvey have had a strained relationship for over a decade, hinting at a significant reason behind their ongoing discord.
Well, you know, to be honest with you, Frankie, I didn't know nothing about this concept. When the promoter told me about it in October, I shot it down, because that ain't how I've ever promoted a show. You know, I've always been on tour with some real man. I toured with the Kings. You know, I've been on stage with Sid, DL, and Bernie Mac at the same time. It's always been a camaraderie. Right. You know what I mean? We're going out here to give the people the best show we can give them. And that's the way we've always promoted comedy shows. Now, you know, to turn this into some type of little that ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't how I do. Now, you know, I done heard all of the YouTubes and I done heard all the interviews and all like that. But that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know, you want to sell a ticket like that, knock yourself out.
You've sold out concerts. You both have had huge gate receipts. You've sold out concerts in this town for years.
Hello. And it ain't finna be no different tonight. And I ain't never sold him out saying I was better than this one or that one. I just come in here on my own strength. And so tonight at the joke, I'm gonna do what I've been doing for 20 years.
To trace the origins of their feud, we need to go back to December 2008 when Katt Williams openly criticized Steve Harvey before a Christmas season show. This incident marked the beginning of their conflict, which has persisted for over a decade. It's essential to acknowledge that both Katt Williams and Steve Harvey have had disagreements with other comedians, and this specific instance was no exception. Even one internet user wrote, "I think real comedians are born with the talent to make people laugh and to be funny. It's not something that someone can teach you, that can give you pointers. Kay can just be present and make you laugh without saying a word. Now that's a comedian." Another one added, "I love Katt and I don't doubt his word one bit." However, Steve has never claimed to be a saint and has spoke on his past multiple times. Who he was in his past is not who he is today. Fact, he was an A-hat. Fact, he learned the hard way and consciously took the necessary actions to better himself, just the same as many do and many more really should. The genesis of their feud can be traced back to a public challenge issued by Katt Williams. He boldly asserted that he could surpass Steve Harvey and claim the title of the King of Comedy during an upcoming New Year's Eve show where both comedians were headlining. This challenge set the stage for the ongoing conflict between them.
I was on the Steve Harvey show, and Steve Harvey, who is going to call in at 5:45 and get the record straight.
Reportedly, Jamie Foxx was also entangled in this conflict. At the time, Foxx, working as a radio host, played a clip of Katt Williams dissing Steve Harvey, likely intensifying the feud between the two comedians. Williams, anticipating their joint comedy gig, stated, "I want to apologize for what's going to happen, but the second that you get on stage, I need you to understand that that's your final time as the King of Comedy. Water seeks its own level. You can't stop it, Playboy. It is what it is, so I hope you're ready. I hope you got a team of writers. You're gonna need about 6 or 7 of them." In response to the clip, Steve Harvey called into the radio show and expressed his bewilderment regarding the entire situation. The involvement of Jamie Foxx added another layer to the ongoing dispute between Katt Williams and Steve Harvey.
You know, I've always been on tour with some real man. I toured with the Kings. You know, I've been on stage with Sid, DL, and Bernie Mac at the same time.
On the anticipated night of the event, Katt Williams took center stage and didn't hold back, aiming punches at Steve Harvey's comedy reputation while also playfully poking fun at his clothes and hair. Addressing the crowd, Williams likely delivered sharp and humorous remarks about Harvey during his performance, stating, "Please give it up for Steve Harvey. He's one of the best we've ever had, but he don't want no parts of this in no shape or form. I don't know why he came out here with all this money y'all spent on these expletive tickets and talked about a lady in the audience for 15 minutes, but won't talk about me the way I getting ready to talk about his expletive-made expletive." Katt Williams' journey to fame and fortune wasn't handed to him on a silver platter. He had to build his comedic empire from the ground up, starting in Avondale, Cincinnati. Through performing stand-up comedy in various venues across the country, from the lively streets of Oklahoma to the vibrant stages of Oakland, Katt fearlessly delivered his routines. His unique style was perfected through hard work and dedication.
And act like ain't shit happened. You in the middle of a goddamn meeting. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the movie with you, and then we're gonna go back.
Shifting our focus to Steve Harvey, he is widely recognized as a devoted family man who holds his loved ones in high regard. However, Katt Williams reportedly contends that Harvey is merely a charlatan, concealing his true self behind a carefully constructed facade for an extended period. According to Katt, opinions about Steve's comedic prowess vary significantly depending on the source, adding complexity to their relationship dynamics and influencing the public perception of Harvey's image.
You have been the king of comedy as long as we've had one. Matter of fact, the whole phrase, king of comedy, can be attributed that you...
Absolutely. Katt Williams has not only established a reputation for his comedic talents, but has also emerged as a significant whistleblower within Hollywood. His outspoken nature extends to addressing various issues and controversies within the entertainment industry, shedding light on matters that are often kept silent or overlooked.
On drugs in the ATL, excuse himself, go to the bathroom or something.
According to Katt Williams, Steve Harvey's public reputation may not be universally positive. Depending on who you talk to, Harvey is either celebrated as one of the funniest individuals on the planet or seen as a celebrity with a less than stellar reputation. Williams has asserted that Harvey has some undisclosed aspects in his past, including rumors of mistreatment towards his staff. Persistent rumors have circulated about the renowned comedian and talk show host not treating his staff well. Additionally, after his talk show relocated to Los Angeles, Harvey allegedly issued a controversial memo to his new staff, outlining demands typically associated with tour writers. These allegations have added to the existing tension between the two comedians.
And I could not find a way to walk from the stage to my dressing room, to sit in my makeup chair, to walk from my dressing room to the stage.
In the leaked memo, Steve Harvey wrote, "My security team will stop everyone from standing at my door who has the intent to see or speak to me. I want all the ambushing to stop now. That includes TV staff. You must schedule an appointment. I have been taken advantage of by my lenient policy in the past. This ends now. No more. Do not approach me while I'm in the makeup chair unless I ask to speak with you directly. Either knock or use the doorbell." Steve Harvey defended himself by stating that the controversial memo was an attempt to secure more free time during his day. He explained that the memo was sent to address what he perceived as a too lenient open-door policy during his show's run in Chicago. Harvey reiterated this defense a few days later while discussing the leaked letter with Entertainment Tonight. "Look, man, I'm in my makeup chair. They walk in the room. I'm having lunch. They walk in. They don't knock," he continued. "I'm in the hallway. I'm getting ambushed by people with friends that come to the show and having me sign this and do this. I just said, wait a minute. And in hindsight, I probably should have handled it a little bit differently." Katt Williams seems to have legitimate reasons for his grievances against Steve Harvey. In November 2015, the Think Like a Man author faced a lawsuit for allegedly reneging on plans to lease a private jet. This occurred after over $400,000 worth of renovations had been initiated, reportedly at Harvey's request. The requested enhancements included custom carpet, a reconfiguration of the interior cabin from 16 seats to 14 seats, custom seat design, and new upper and lower cabin sidewalls, according to TMZ reports.
According to a private jet company, he did not pay the bill.
This is a fabulous story.
After they customized the hell out of the thing for him.
He lives the highlight.
Katt Williams has also alleged that Steve Harvey, who starred as a high school music teacher on 1996's The Steve Harvey Show, lifted the premise of his show from comedian Mark Curry. Curry starred as teacher Mark Cooper on the sitcom Hangin' with Mr. Cooper, which debuted in 1992. The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had, Williams said. Now, Steve got a sitcom where he's the principal and he wears a suit. Williams also criticized Harvey's acting abilities, challenging Harvey's claim that he didn't want to pursue a film career. "You couldn't be a movie star," Williams said. "There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asked for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You have to have range." In a critical stance on fellow comics Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, and Ricky Smiley during an appearance on the Club Shay Shay podcast, Williams aimed to address what he considered as untruths spread about him by lowbrow comedians on the show. He characterized Cedric, Harvey, and Smiley as a gang, stating, "For 30 years, they're a group. These aren't three random guys. All of these dudes are co-entwined and they share secrets. And this is the age of truth." Williams accused Cedric the Entertainer of stealing a joke from his comedy set in the late 90s, a joke he also performed on the BET program Comic View. In describing the situation, Williams stated, "This is not just a random joke. This is my very best joke, and it's my last joke, and it's my closing joke. In 1998, I'm doing this joke. It's on Comic View." Cedric comes to the Comedy Store. He watches me in the audience. He comes backstage. He tells me what a great job I did and how much he loves the joke. 2 years later, he's doing that as his last joke on the original Kings of Comedy, and he's doing it verbatim. Initially, Williams had given Cedric a pass for using the joke, but his stance changed when Cedric denied taking from Williams' material. Williams remarked, "He thought that I was just a no-name comedian, and that he could take this joke and nobody would know." Cedric the Entertainer responded to Williams in the comments section of an Instagram post featuring a clip from the Club Shay Shay podcast, dismissing Williams' allegation as revisionist history. "Regardless of whatever Katt's opinion, my career can't be reduced to one joke Katt Williams claims is his," Cedric wrote Wednesday. "I've been in over 40 movies, my specials and brand speak volumes for I am. The people I have put on, including Cat in the Hat. at the Gibson Amphitheater. The seasoned comedian Katt Williams suggests that Tiffany Haddish may have expedited her ascent in the entertainment industry. If you've ever questioned the authenticity of Haddish's public persona, this revelation demands attention. While stories of celebrities leading double lives are not uncommon, Haddish's journey to stardom appears to unfold in a unique manner. In his disclosure, Katt Williams leaves no stone unturned, offering a comprehensive exploration of the details.
Did you think she wrote Girls Trip Goofball?
Right.
Or do you think that was already a script and they handed it to her? It's up to you, whatever you want to believe.
In a recent interview on V103's Frank and Wanda in the Morning Show, Katt Williams candidly shared his opinions on several fellow comedians, including Lil Rel Howery, Jared Carmichael, Kevin Hart, and Hannibal Buress. However, it was Tiffany Haddish, the breakout star from Girls Trip, who became the focal point of much of the criticism.
I'm the introduction to Tiffany Haddish.
Katt Williams, who recently earned an Emmy for his guest role on Atlanta, aimed to cast doubt on Tiffany Haddish's achievements. He suggested that Haddish may not be the originator of her own comedic material, and questioned whether she has genuinely established herself as a comedian. Williams remarked, "She's been doing comedy since she was 16. You can't tell me your favorite Tiffany Haddish joke. Why? Because she ain't done a tour yet. She ain't done a special. She has not proven the ability to tell jokes back-to-back for an hour to nobody." During the show, when host Wanda Smith stepped in to defend Tiffany Haddish, emphasizing Haddish's authenticity as a key factor resonating with audiences, Katt Williams posed a thought-provoking question. He questioned when the quality of being real had become a marketable attribute. Williams suggested that the industry's preference for Haddish could be influenced by her publicly expressed admiration for Brad Pitt. Seizing the moment, Williams also acknowledged and praised several other Black female comedians, including Luenell, Melanie Camarco, and Miss Laura, underscoring their talent and significant contributions to the comedy scene.
Why? Because ain't nobody gonna sleep with him. You only got Tiffany Haddish. She been doing comedy since she was 16.
Expanding on his critique, Katt Williams suggested that Tiffany Haddish's apparent rapid success in securing deals and roles in the industry might involve certain compromises made to attain her status. He also expressed the viewpoint that the industry tends to overlook Black talent, limiting opportunities for Black actors to fully explore their unique abilities in acting. Williams emphasized what he sees as a substantial disparity in opportunities compared to their white counterparts.
They're gonna let you be a star, Lil Rel, but you ugly. And white people don't believe in ugly stars. They think you have to be somebody that women want to sleep with and men want to be.
It seems that Katt Williams' comments about Tiffany Haddish and her admiration for Brad Pitt were not entirely unfounded. Tiffany Haddish has indeed publicly mentioned her crush on Brad Pitt in the past. During an appearance on Live with Kelly and Ryan's post-Oscars show, she shared her interaction with the Hollywood star, saying, "Oh, I just met him in the elevator. He said in 1 year, if he's single and I'm single, we gonna do it." So, you know what that means? Brad Pitt was standing right next to me, and then Elizabeth's husband was like, "Man, I hope we don't get caught in this elevator." And I was like, "It's gonna be some pretty babies in this elevator if we do." In a conversation with Kelly following her appearance at the Oscars, where Tiffany Haddish presented an award, the comedian engaged in a game of Marry, Date, Dash. During the playful exchange, Haddish revealed that she wouldn't choose to marry Brad Pitt. Katt Williams, in his expose on Haddish, seemed to underscore the key point that her ascent in the entertainment industry gained considerable momentum when she embraced self-expression over objectification.
But because we Black, they say, "Oh, you don't even deserve that." So you get Kevin Hart, Lil Rel, Jared Carmichael, all in a row, Hannibal Buress, just dudes that no woman would talk to.
Tiffany Haddish indeed faced significant challenges in her career before rising to prominence in the industry. Securing spots in comedy clubs was a struggle, and she encountered difficulties in landing acting roles. She once mentioned to TMZ, "I lost everything. All my gigs are gone." Additionally, Haddish was questioned about a lawsuit involving allegations that she and comedian Aries Spears attempted to involve an underage woman and her brother in comedy skits. Spears and Haddish were accused of creating comedy sketches in which an underage girl mimicked act on a sandwich, and another sketch depicted Spears as a character with inappropriate fantasies involving her brother.
The Tiffany Haddish thing, has that been worked out at this point?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much? Can we talk about it?
Not at all.
After the lawsuit against Tiffany Haddish was dropped, she openly expressed relief and showed concern for the well-being of the children involved. Subsequent reports suggested that she encountered challenges in securing job opportunities in Hollywood, facing a form of blacklisting. However, a positive turn in her career occurred when she became associated with the Brad Pitt narrative, marking a notable shift in her professional trajectory.
Are you and Tiffany still good?
Yeah.
Okay, so she doesn't hold anything against you in terms of...
I mean, you know,
she participated in the whole thing, so it's not like she could, but I'm just saying, you know how people get.
In another interview, this time with Jamal Finkley on his YouTube channel, Blacktree, Katt Williams is reported to have disclosed more about the alleged dress-wearing scheme, a topic you might be familiar with. Katt shared his perspective on the controversial issue of Kevin Hart wearing a dress in his SNL skit, emphasizing that Kevin wasn't the only one involved in this supposed situation. According to Williams, Eddie Murphy and Jamie Foxx were also reportedly part of this practice, which some perceive as controversial within the entertainment industry.
Let's be very, very clear. It is possible that there isn't anything funnier than a guy in a dress.
Katt Williams underscored the irony in the amusement derived from seeing a black man, such as Kevin Hart, donning a dress. He expressed the belief that the audience's reaction might not have been the same if the individuals involved were of a different racial background, pointing out a perceived double standard in the entertainment industry.
And if that's the case, then it might also be said that there's nothing funnier than a black guy in a dress.
Despite Kevin Hart having firmly established his stardom, Katt cryptically alluded to the idea that Kevin must have had his own reasons for taking part in such roles, and he expressed respect for Kevin's choices in this regard.
At the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him.
Williams carefully suggested that he had observed numerous artists encountering similar challenges repeatedly throughout their careers. Given Williams' observations, one might suspect that there could be a discreet effort to undermine the public image of black icons by certain individuals or entities.
I've never seen Madea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next.
In his latest revelations, Williams not only reiterated his earlier disclosures, but also shed light on the existence of a covert group known as the Illuminati. He claimed that this secretive organization faces significant resistance within the black community. The Guardian indirectly supported his statements by disclosing the society's name and mentioning some notable members, thereby lending credibility to his allegations about this clandestine group. According to Williams, the Illuminati is described as the most elite club globally, often referred to as the Good Club. He pointed out that it consists of billionaire philanthropists, including familiar figures such as Bill Gates, George Soros, Warren Buffett, Oprah Winfrey, David Rockefeller, and Ted Turner. Notably, he also mentioned lesser-known but equally wealthy individuals like Eli and Edith Broad. Williams went on to share key elements of the elite's agenda and cautioned fellow black artists to remain vigilant and exercise caution against potential influence or involvement from this secretive club.
It's not necessary for us to stir up that hornet's nest unless we intend to get stung a million times.
While it might appear exaggerated, the pimp stresses the significance of his advice to the intended audience, underscoring his deep understanding of the situation. He asserts having firsthand experience with the consequences of the purported manipulation for an extended period, compelling him to urge others to treat his warnings with gravity.
I didn't understand that. They had to sting me a million times. I'm still not going to join, but I respect it a little more.
According to Katt, he wasn't the sole individual dealing with challenges and adversity, which is why he felt it was necessary to let go of certain matters for the sake of his own well-being.
I know how much they talked about Martin Luther King, and I know what they end up doing to him. I know this same story about Jesus and a few of my uncles.
Having faced hardships over an extended period, Williams revealed that he eventually arrived at a stark realization. He acknowledged that his outspoken nature and candid addressing of grievances had subjected him to intense backlash. While he hadn't initially foreseen the extent of the hostility directed towards him, this experience broadened his perspective. He now understands that his actions, initially seen as truthful but possibly irresponsible, were manipulated and leveraged against him, allegedly benefiting the elusive Illuminati from this situation.
So that doesn't mean I always make the right decisions, but I am going to stand by what I stand for.
Certainly, Katt, renowned for his fearless approach, openly revealed that he was privy to the genuine story of Bernie Mac. He did not hesitate to expose what he claimed to be the closely guarded secret within the entertainment industry regarding this matter.
He said, I know that the people that made money off Bernie Mac didn't like him. They hated his guts.
Katt Williams took a direct approach to addressing issues within the industry, particularly regarding his industry peer, Jamie Foxx. Recently, the comedian made pointed comments about Foxx, implying that Foxx may have compromised his integrity in pursuit of an award. However, this is just a part of Williams' critique of the actor. Approximately a decade ago, during a performance in Los Angeles, Katt Williams openly discussed a rumor regarding Jamie Foxx's orientation, boldly stating, "Who's gay? Jamie Foxx." Williams went on to mention a specific name, claiming, "I can even tell you the name of the dude he F. His name is Marcus Anthony. He's the only dude signed to Jamie Foxx's label." The comedian didn't stop there and continued to express negative sentiments about Foxx, using strong language and saying, "Forget Jamie Foxx and the money he got from Django Unchained." He added, "They gave me the script and I said, any guy who does this should die. And the next thing I knew, Jamie Foxx was getting ready for the movie." Williams then leveled further accusations against Foxx, suggesting that Foxx made significant sacrifices to secure an Oscar. Williams seemed to believe that Foxx's journey to success was marked by numerous challenging moments, leading him to speculate that Foxx may have indeed sacrificed something significant along the way. It's important to note that Jamie Foxx is a multi-talented individual who began his career with humorous sketches and transitioned into acting, ultimately earning an Academy Award for his achievements. And many fellow artists supported Katt's idea, but one was more supportive. Ed Lover appears to have corroborated Katt Williams' assertions regarding Steve Harvey and his challenges with Bernie Mac. The renowned DJ released a fresh episode of his Simon Son podcast, providing support for Williams' narrative as shared on the recent episode of the Club Shay Shay podcast. Williams goes on to say that he was supposed to be one of the kings of comedy, that they approached him after Bernie passed, he shared in the episode. But he didn't want to go on the Kings of Comedy tour because of Steve Harvey's treatment of Bernie Mac. He has a lot of respect for Bernie Mac. Ed Lover, explaining his friendship with Bernie Mac until his passing, continued, "The stuff that Katt Williams said about Steve Harvey calling to try to get Bernie's role on Ocean's 11 and that kind of stuff, Bernie told me out of his own mouth. I believe Bernie Mac when he said Steve Harvey hated on him," he concluded. Indeed, Katt Williams has become increasingly outspoken on various occasions, offering insights into what he believes Hollywood elites are truly up to. However, Steve's way of responding to Katt's claims seems to catch attention of many people. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.